President Cyril Ramaphosa is set to deliver the keynote address at the official commemorative event, which is being held at Ncome Museum in the northern parts of KZN. This is actually the site of the fierce Battle of Blood River, which took place back in 1838 between the Voortrekkers and Zulu forces. It marks the Afrikaner Day of Vow and the founding of the ANC's armed wing, Umkhonto Sizwe. The event in post-apartheid South Africa is commemorated through efforts to reconcile different and often conflicting narratives. Speaking about that, let's bring in our senior reporter, SABC News, Jayde. Paulse is joining us quite a distance from where we're expecting that official keynote to be delivered, Jayde, because you're seeing a bit of action there as we, I suppose, take stock of these conflicting narratives that make out South Africa's history.
That's very true, Ayanda, and a very good morning to the viewers on the agenda. And yes, we are actually at the Voortrekker monument. So as the national event is taking place just literally across Blood River, we are now at the monument, and there's a separate group of Afrikaners that are also commemorating the day, calling it the Vow. But to break it all down for us and to speak to us about this, I am joined by Barry Miller from the Voortrekker monument. Barry, thank you, and thank you so much for joining us. Let's go straight into it. Let's talk about the commemoration from the Afrikaners' point of view in celebrating December 16th.
See, December 16th is obviously a very important day for the Afrikaners due to the fact that the vow was made on the 16th of December in 1838. That obviously, if our people was obviously safeguarded and if we survive this, then obviously we will have this commemoration day every year to God, to obviously honor Him and to thank Him obviously for keeping us safe. So that's why this is a very Sabbath day for us as Afrikaners to obviously commemorate God and once again obviously give thanks to Him for letting us still be here.
So many South Africans would wonder why not combine the two. It is Day of Reconciliation, it is a day of reconciling, and after 3 decades, one would wonder if that is not a possibility. Do you see that happening in the near future?
You know what, anything is possible. At the end of the day, this is, like I said, a Sabbath day to us. So anyone and everyone is invited to come and celebrate God and obviously give thanks to Him.
And you speak about the importance and you bring God into it. If we go back in history and we look at the past injustices, for many back at home, they would wonder, should we not, and I say it again, combine the day because South Africa has moved with the times and this is now post-apartheid?
Yes, so at the end of the day, we obviously, like I said, we invite anyone and everyone to join us anywhere in South Africa to obviously commemorate the vow. This year specifically, there's 233 different vow days that's been celebrated across the world because that's how important it is to us. So we will always invite anyone to come and do this with us and obviously so that we can celebrate this day.
Now we know that you're also going to be commemorating, and we also know that Minister of Arts and Culture, Jayde, will be joining you today.
Yes, he is on his way. He's almost here now, so he will be joining us. Once again, just illustrating how we want to work together to make this day, and obviously every year forward, to make this a wonderful day and a pleasant experience for everyone.
And I ask again, in the near future, could there be a combination? Could there be one big reconciliation day where both the Voortrekkers, Afrikaners, as well as others come together and celebrate together?
You know, at the end of the day, anything is possible. We live in a wonderful country where anything is possible. So keep this space, or keep hold of this space, and let's hope for the best of the future then.
Thank you very much for joining us, Barry Miller from the Voortrekker Monument, just speaking to us about the Afrikaners also celebrating the December 16th and saying that it's actually their Sabbath day. It's called the Vow for them, where they reflect on the Voortrekkers that defeated the Zulu regiments in 1838 and saying that they're holding on to those fond memories, but not ruling out the fact that maybe next year there could be a reconciliation, if one could call it. I can tell you this much, that on the other side of the river we have the national event, and on the other side of Blood River they're having their event. So we'll see if Minister Ncome, Arts and Culture Minister, will be able to persuade them.
Yeah, it's ironic, isn't it, Jay, that these are two separate events all in the name of reconciliation. But before we let you go, perhaps you can help us take stock of the site where this commemorative event is taking place. Back in history, of course, we had pretty significant events unfolding there, which in some ways have set in motion, South Africa's history as we know it.
That is very true. So in 1838, the Voortrekkers fought the Zulu regiments, and the reason why it's called Blood River is that many say that the river was actually turned red in color, and that's to date. To date now, they've been celebrating. The Voortrekkers have come together every single year, calling it the vow. We've also seen in the same year Umkhonto where Sizwe being formed, a military wing from the ANC after the Sharpeville massacre in 1960. So that also speaks to the significance of this particular day. But after 1995, Nelson Mandela did declare that they will retain December 16th. They will not do away with it. Although there were injustices of the past, they want to keep the day, and it will be the day of reconciliation. So that's a bit of history, Ayanda. And now I suppose we'll have to see whether in 2026 we'll see both Voortrekkers as well as others celebrating this day together. It is a day of reconciliation, to reconcile with foes, also to reconcile politically. And I speak about what transpired just yesterday in the KZN legislature, and I would love to touch on this with the Premier of the province, Tamintuli. But today is about reconciling on all spheres of our life, and not only in our lives, but also in the political front as we look forward as KwaZulu-Natal.
Yeah, we do know, of course, that a lot about this day is also about symbolism, and I can't help but notice there's 3 different looking flags behind you there, Jayde. If your guest is still around, it'd be interesting to find out from him what these flags represent, at least to them, as I suppose they conduct their own kind of commemorative event.
Well, let me try and see if I can't rope in someone just to speak about the flags. Is anyone willing to speak? Kom meneer, kom praat saam met my. Ek wil net van die vlagge praat. Just to give context. I see you also have some on your shirt. Meneer, wat is your naam? Anton, thank you, Anton. You're live on SABC News. Just for the viewers back at home, we're very interested about the flags. If you can just talk to us about the different flags that are here at the monument.
Afrikaans?
Ja, jy kan Afrikaans.
Daar sê dankie. Ons het as jy daar agter sien die 4 kleur aan jou linkerkant, die Vrystaat vlag, die Natalia en die Potgietervlag wat ons hierso. Dis vir ons baie belangrik dat die vlae is wat ons hanteer, aangesien ons geen politiek op Bloedrivier wil. Dit gaan vir ons oor godsdiensdag en dat ons die woord van God sterk staan in dit.
En die SAK vlag?
Nee, ons is met die vlae, dit is regtig net om soveel as moontlik politiek en dinge uit te hou.
Vir meneer, hoe belangrik is die dag vir jou?
Bitter belangrik. Ons is dit is waar ons voorvaders gestaan het, met 'n baie swaar pad wat ons gekom het. En ek dink as ons gaan kyk na die ons voorvaders wat op Bloedrivier geveg het, wat deurgegaan het, is dit bitter belangrik dat ons die dag, dit is in die gelofte wat ons sê dat ons in eer van God die dag sal as 'n dag en datum sal vir ons kinders vat. En soos ek sê, dit is vir ons regtig net om die woord van God op die ou end. Bloedrivier is altyd welkom, enige iemand is hier so welkom op by ons. Ons is deur die jare ons oop. Besoekers enige tyd welkom en solank as wat jy dit vat, soos wat ons dit vat.
En meneer, ek gaan nou die vraag vir jou in Engels vraag, so die mense by die huis kan ook hoor. So today is about Reconciliation Day, and I think many people want to know, would there be a possibility of combining the 2 events? Because I think it will be beautiful to have, both versions of the past. Would that be a consideration for you as an Afrikaner?
I won't think seriously if you're going to take it like that. It's 2 different cultures. It's a very big difference. For us on this side, like I said, reconciliation is good, but the vow at the end of the day is the one that's standing, and that is for to get the word of God. That's what we. So I'm not sure. I don't think so. If I'm putting me maybe on the spot, but for us as we're standing, it is difficult to do it because of the 2 difference. We would like to try it one day, but like I said, if we can get it in and it's the vow at the end, that's doing it.
Dankie meneer Anton vir jou tyd. Dankie. Well, there you go, Ayanda, just reflecting there about the flags. And I asked him in Afrikaans, what about the South African flag? And he said no. These 4 flags behind me are the most important for them. I also asked him about a possible joining of both commemorations today. And as you heard it, he said that that for him is not a possibility. They still want to hold on to the day as the vow. They're saying that this is an important day for them, also alluding to the fact that it's different cultures, different times, and they want to essentially hold on to the Afrikaner voice. So that's what's happening here at the Voortrekker monument. We are awaiting the Minister of Arts and Culture, Gayton McKenzie, to also address the group of Afrikaners that are here at the Voortrekker monument.